Gentleman Colonial Heights, Mr. Cox.
Mr. Speaker, I rise for a point of personal privilege.
Gentleman has the floor.
Mr. Speaker, this is a very hard speech to give. In memory and honor of our wonderful friend Bruce Jamerson. Bruce and I are about the same age, and I got elected in 1990, and George Williams was the chief deputy clerk, and then Bruce would go on in 1992, of course, to become clerk, and so we're so much alike in so many ways, and he was always so good to me. When I got elected, I was a backbench Republican. He would treat you, whether you're a minority or majority party, he'd always treat you the same, send you those wonderful birthday cards, those peanut birthday cards. And his staff just loved him. I mean, he's an absolute institution. And, of course, I've known him all through the years, and he always did such a great job of communicating. But when I had the privilege of being elected majority leader, I guess I sort of really figured out all the stuff Bruce really does. He was just an amazing person. I bugged him to death. I really called him every day. He must have sat down, Jeff and him must have sat down with me literally for 12 hours, and we walked through every minutia of the rules. And it was amazing what this man knew. He would tell you stories about why the morning hour is really called the morning hour. And you could see how much he loved this institution, this place. He would give me these calendars with all these stickers, red, green, purple, and they had all this information. He just wanted to make sure that you did your job well. And every day at 10 o'clock, Bruce would come see the speaker first, and then he would come see me. And he would tell me exactly what was going on that day. But, you know, during those moments, you also have a chance just to chat about your personal life. And Bruce and I knew each other for many, many years, and he would talk about Elizabeth and Ainsley. He would talk a lot about his faith. He was very, very involved in Stockton Memorial Church, and he actually passed it right on my way to school. And he just loved the Lord. And that's such an important thing. I want to talk a little bit about that in a second or two. We talk about things like his plantar fasciitis, and I gave him one of my big boots, so hopefully that would help him on that. But he just loved his family. He was a great clerk. He just he did so many wonderful things. Look at this capital renovation project. He had his fingers on every single nuance. I remember when I got my Capitol office, and I was just going to stick some pictures up, Bruce said, "You cannot do that." As a matter of fact, he went to the Library of Virginia and made sure that I had 4 distinguished governors hanging on my wall. But he just felt that strongly about this place. But, you know, life really comes down to, do you do your job well, and do you have passion for your job? And boy, he loved his job and he had passion. But life comes down more to your faith and your friends. And he was just a great, great friend. I mean, I remember one time I called him up and said, my Sunday school class would love to come through the Capitol and take a tour of the new Capitol. It's a Saturday. He says, oh, that'd be great. I'll do the tour personally. And that was Bruce. And Bruce must have spent 2.5 hours with us explaining every nuance of this place. And didn't think about a second it was his day off. And he would do stuff like that for me all the time. And that was the kind of wonderful person he was. He would come and tell me that, you know, he had to go home that afternoon to cut his father's grass. His father wasn't in real good health, and he just loved him with a passion. And George gave a great prayer today, and I really mean this. I think when you look to prayer, that's what we have, and that's not a minor thing. We have an incredible Creator God who loves each and every one of us greatly. He answers our prayers. And when you go pray this week for not only Ainsley and Elizabeth, but their whole family, God will give them comfort. So I hope we'll do that with an earnestness and a passion that maybe we haven't done before. If I could, Mr. Speaker, I would like to adjourn in the honor and memory of Bruce Franklin Jamerson.
The gentleman from Colonial Heights, Mr. Cox, moves that when the House adjourn today, it adjourn in the honor and the memory of the Honorable Bruce Franklin Jamerson. As many as favor that motion will please rise. That motion is agreed to.